with MTSU's dance team Monday, becoming the fourth Pioneerette this year to earn a dance scholarship. For more, subscribe to www.mainstreetjournal.llc. With the news, I'm Justin Reed.
If the thought of cleaning out the garage and bringing down last year's Christmas decorations from the attic has you stressed out, wondering where you're going to put it all, fear not. The pros at McMinnville Moving and Storage have you covered. Our staff is ready to assist you by packing, shipping, and even storing your treasures. Imagine finally being able to park your car in your garage again. Get a jump on spring cleaning. Call McMinnville Moving and Storage at 931-473-2805 or get a free quote online at McMinnvilleMoving.com. McMinnville Moving and Storage, moving your memories to your future for more than 60 years.
Today will be mostly sunny skies with a high near 72. Tonight will be mostly cloudy with a slight chance of showers and a low around 53. Fun fact, raindrops aren't actually tear-shaped like we often see in cartoons. They start out as spheres and then flatten into more of a hamburger bun shape as they fall through the air. Big raindrops can even split into smaller ones before reaching the ground. Meteorologists study these shapes using high-speed cameras during storms. Until next time, keep shining. This is Tisha with your weather.
It's time for Simmons Says, the show that brings Warren County the latest news and stories from around the community. Hosted by Jeff Simmons, this program dives into everything from local events to major headlines. Stay tuned and stay informed.
Hello and welcome to the Simmons Says Show. I am Jeff Simmons. This is on WBMC 97.7 FM. Big day today. 50th episode. Connor, did you ever think we'd get here? I don't know, man.
Oh, today's 50th episode?
The 50th episode of the Simmons Says Show.
Made your 50th birthday cake.
Oh, did you really? Oh, well, see, that's close enough, man. It's close enough. I mean, I cake one way or the other. I mean, that'd be fine. I'm all right with it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. No, we had a couple Fridays off. Last week was 10 weeks, so it should have been 50 last week. But we had the couple of Fridays off that bumped us away. You know, Good Friday we took off, and then last Friday you took off.
Yeah.
If people want to know, people sometimes say, "Hey, who's in charge over there? What's going on over there?" Connor's the answer, because when Connor wasn't here, there was no Simmons Says show. It would be easier to do a Simmons Says show without me and you actually being here than if you're not here and I am here.
Jeff, we always need your bad takes to make it a Simmons Says.
Well, I'm just saying, if it would somehow, some way, it would be a lot easier to have a Simmons Says show with you here and me not. Make that make sense.
I don't know if I can.
I don't think you can either. But hey, we are going to have some special guests today. I put it out there that you want to dance with the people who brought you, you know? And I don't think that I'm on Simmons Says. I'm not on the airwaves or anything like that, if not for the success of the Warren County Sports Authority podcast and then, again, now the Warren County Sports Authority radio show. So I think Trev and Chris are going to be in, and we might have a couple other people that kind of drop in and help us in today. So I wanted to make the 50th episode a bit of a celebration. But it is also Tuesday, so, you know, congrats. We were so surprised you made it this far. That wasn't even Connor that it went in there. That was like, I think Mark Mabry has signed in and somehow
hacked my computer.
Hacked your computer and put that on there. Now, I really do appreciate everybody that's been listening. I hope everybody's enjoying it. I hope everybody is out there on Facebook. If you're out there on Facebook, hit a like, hit a share. We really appreciate it. Or just comment in the comment section and let us know what you've liked the most about the Simmons Says show. Maybe that it ends at 10 o'clock. I don't know. I mean, some people.
Sometimes,
yeah.
Other times it'll go till 10:30,
like
11
yeah.
on Facebook.
Yeah, it can. I mean, it has the ability occasionally.
It's got a fluctuating end time.
That might be the best part about it. Hey, but it is Tuesday, which means that we got to do the Simmons' 2 cents with a little bit of Nickelback, and we're gonna get that out of the way really, really early. I don't have anything really, really crazy to go on right here. But the Simmons 2 cents that I want to add in is. Oh, I don't know what that was.
I don't know why Silver Springs is playing.
Yeah, man. Oh, now that's got some 2 cents in it. Silver Springs 2 cents, Fleetwood Mac. Yeah,
You can't beat Fleetwood Mac.
No, and then when she's over there, if anybody that's seen the video of her on stage singing that right at him, and I can't remember his name. She's Nikki.
Yeah.
What's the guitar in his name?
Lindsey Buckingham.
Yeah, Lindsey. When she's singing the lyrics to Silver Springs, looking right at him, like, I can follow you down to the place where my voice will haunt you. And I'm like, oh.
See, I wish I was a roadie for Fleetwood Mac in the 70s.
Yeah.
Because they were all breaking up with each other.
Yeah.
I guarantee you there's a rebound in there somewhere.
I'd say you're right, man.
All right, I'm done now.
Hey, the Simmons 2 cents is pretty simple today. If anybody knows, people that know me pretty well know that I'm a Spurs fan, San Antonio Spurs fan. And this week, big news with the Spurs was that Greg Popovich has stepped down as coach, and there'll be a new coach. And, man, it hit me how much, you start thinking about the people that when you're a sports fan, how you follow these athletes or you follow these teams, you follow these coaches, and how much they end up being a part of your like almost day-to-day life or consistent. The people that are around that long, how consistent they are in your topics. Like Greg Popovich has been coaching the Spurs since 1997. So, I mean, he's been coaching for 28 years. I mean, basically ever since I've been a basketball fan, Greg Popovich has been the Spurs coach. 5 championships, the winningest regular season coach. He's postseason, all the things he's done, won a medal, all those things. Man, it was tough. It was tough. It's tough watching him go to the press conference this week where they announced the new coach. He was taking over his basketball operations, but you could tell that his health issues over the last 6 months have taken their toll completely on him, and it was tough for him to walk. You could tell he was, even when he was talking, it was really tough for him. But he battled through it, and it was nice to see Tim Duncan and Manu Ginobili there with him every step of the way, helping him. I mean, legitimately helping him move and things like that. But that was the 2 cents was I really look all the political side of it out of the way. Greg Popovich is a guy that is and will always be remembered as one of the best coaches in NBA history, and I know that it's been a pleasure as a Spurs fan to watch him lead on the sideline for so long. Now, for the blind man and the Nickelback.
Never made it as a wise man. I couldn't cut it as a poor man stealing. Tired of living like a blind man. I'm sick aside without a sense of feeling.
As for the blind man, I think it hits all of us again. I think it hits all of us, and I think it hits a point that we talked about a little bit back when we were talking about Slim's funeral, and when we want to start want to give people their flowers, and don't want to wait too long, because that was what I started thinking about watching Greg Popovich, and you're sitting there thinking, man, I don't want people to ever wait too long to say the things that they feel about people, because you never know. And I think that was the one that I mean, just watching Popovich and thinking, hey, man, it's nice that he's out here now, but the health scares that he had 6 months ago could have been, we don't have him around anymore, and you don't get to say the things that you get to say. And I know that there's people right now that have those types of things are happening in their lives with people they care about. It could be the famous people, or it could be just a person in your family, a friend of your family, or people like that. That if you have that, don't be blind to the fact that you can tell them how you feel and how much you care about them, because you never know when you're going to get that last chance to do it. So I hope that everybody will take that time today, take that time right now to let everybody know that you appreciate them and the things that they do. I mean, hey, I got 2 guys coming in today, Chris and Trev, that I appreciate so much that I'm not here without them at all. But I won't tell them. I'll wait. I'll do it right now while they're not in here, which is exactly not. It doesn't. Defeats the whole point, but it don't matter. It'll be all right.
Jeff likes to live like a blind man.
Yeah. Hit some Ronnie Millsap on the way out here, Connor. No, it's great to tell people how you feel and let them know that you care about them, because you never know when you're going to get that chance. When we come back on the Simmons Says show, we will be joined by Trevor Evans, and maybe we'll have Chris Owens in the building too. I never want to tease Chris too much, because I never know when he's going to come in on two wheels. But we'll be back. There we go. Appreciate y'all. We'll be back on the Simmons Says program.
Although you're with somebody new, thought I'd drop a line to say that I wish this happy day would find me beside you.
Big savings, short month.
Now is the time to buy at Ed Rogers Valley Ford. Get in the new Ford you've been dreaming of. A 2024 Ford Escape, $7,000 off MSRP, just $24,985 after rebate.
Make your escape with the SUV to carry the family and all the necessities, clothes, sports equipment, groceries.
Test drive a new Ford Bronco at Ed Rogers Valley Ford. Power to get the work done. And right now, get up to $19,200 off MSRP. Several Broncos in stock now.
The Ford F-150 is tough, always has been, always will be. Your 2024 F-150 is waiting at Ed Rogers Valley Ford. Save $8,550 off MSRP right now.
Talk about power. Talk about luxury. The Ford Expedition and Expedition Max combines them both. $12,000 off MSRP.
Big savings, short month.
And the clock's ticking, so get to Ed Rogers Valley Ford right now. 111 Auto Lane in Sparta. Or view all the current inventory at EdRogersValleyFord.com.
Big savings now.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Discover The Well at Tree City. Sip on expertly crafted cocktails, savor fine wines, or enjoy zero-proof sips. There's something for everyone.
Mondays, 2-for-1 beers. Wednesdays, wind down with 50% off any bottle of wine. And on Thursdays, get $2 off any well-made libation and delicious bar bites.
Experience the elegant atmosphere and let their knowledgeable bartenders mix up your next favorite drink.
The Well at Tree City, where every pour tells a story.
Cheers to great nights!
Visit The Well at Tree City. Must be 21 or older. Please drink responsibly.
Make the places you care about more comfortable and energy efficient with TVA Energy Right. It all starts at EnergyRight.com, where you can find everything you need to lower your energy usage for your home or your business. Contact Caney Fork Electric Energy Advisors Dale or Chris at 931-473-3116 or go to EnergyRight.com to start living and working more energy efficiently. Caney Fork Electric along with EnergyRight.com for all your energy needs. Brought to you by Caney Fork Electric Cooperative and TVA.
Oh, why won't this work?
Don't lose your cool. Call Black's Heating and Air for a preseason check-in service on your central air conditioning system. It can increase the life and dependability of your unit while reducing the chances of a very sticky situation.
Unbelievable!
Get that air conditioner checked now.
This is Benny Black.
And this is Seth Black with Black's Heating and Air.
Call today, 931-668-0785.
Benny's slogan at Black's Heating and Air is, once you've had Black, you won't go back.
Mention this ad and you can get a discount.
This is Chris of Reddick Brown Ford in Morrison, where we believe buying a car should be simple. No hassle, no pressure, just honest deals and friendly service. From test drive to drive home, we make the process easy because our customers come first. Need service? We've got you covered with our complimentary pickup and delivery. Reddick Brown Ford, where the customer comes first and business is done the easy way. Simple, honest, and for you. Visit us in Morrison or online at reddickbrownford.com.
Keep dancing, move to the beat, dance all night.
Hey, I know that music really, really well. The Simmons Says program just changed over the Warren County Sports Authority really, really quickly. But before we get into this true Warren County Sports Authority thing, we want to thank the Simmons Says sponsors, one of those being Douglas Lanier. And where local businesses turn for serious protection, the team of agents at Douglas Lanier understand what it takes to keep your business covered. Smart coverage, straight talk. That's Douglas Lanier, 474-0044. Yep, I hear that music. And when I hear that music, and I
thought it was Wednesday night for a second.
Yeah, I'm ready for the split screen and get everything in there.
That Eastern time? Chinese time or something?
Which means we got Sullins and Trev in the house. Guys, at episode 50, wanted to do...
Like a birthday party.
Yeah, I know.
Ain't it, Trev?
I said that I wanted to dance with the guys that got me here. I mean... You know that in some aspects not the best not the best terminology.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
But hey, we're not here on the Simmons Says show if it not for what happened with the Warren County Sports Authority podcast, which is now the Warren County Sports Authority radio show and podcast. Hey, it's on.
I was gonna say,
Trev, It's on Spotify and Apple. I saw it.
We have pleased Trev.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm good.
Everybody that's been asking, you can get the Warren County Sports Authority show every Wednesday night back on Spotify and Apple. Last week's episode is on there.
The people are happy.
I'm not going to go and backlog
I
the
know.
other ones, but from here on out, we'll have them back on.
I had people text me and say, "Hey, man, finally, I hadn't listened since February."
Oh no.
You didn't use
didn't
some
miss
of
it.
that. You didn't use some of that language like I do have some pull. Finally, You
Yeah,
know what I
I-
mean? Hey, I got
yeah.
something done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not JV anymore.
hey, he's to the varsity team. We're letting him play varsity.
already want to go there on that. Yeah, guys. I didn't have anything. I don't want to step on any of our Warren County Sports Authority topics, or especially not our categories.
Well, we're
not really
24
doing
hours
those.
ahead of that. We don't even start talking.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that until about 2:00 tomorrow.
But because that's true. People don't. Yeah,
Yeah, people think this is a week-long process.
No.
Yeah, give people a little bit of idea of that, because that is true that we like the Simmons Says show. I try to plan out really on Sunday. Like for the whole week, I start planning out a little bit of here's who I start trying to get all my guests together on Sunday. I start trying to get all my segments done, or at least the topics of them on Sunday. Of course, like today's, I didn't really have that one in because Popovich didn't have that thing until yesterday.
Yes.
But that one kind of hit. Man, he just did not look
No.
good. It hurt. It hurt watching
It
him.
hurt. It really
Yeah.
was one of those deals that hurt. It
Yeah.
really did.
Yeah. And then, but the Warren County Sports Authority show, just as advertised, always on the fly.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Especially me, man. I just
Trev walks in here and he's wandering as we speak. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Trev gets the ideas off the snaps that he's getting on his phone during the show.
He's getting a lot.
Yeah, you mentioned too.
Yeah. Well, we asked a couple other long-standing Warren County Sports Authority people, and apparently Ann's today is
Ann's
working.
the only time ever she couldn't get off work.
The best one, I saw Ann's yesterday when I went to go do the signing at the high school, and Ann's was like, "Yeah, I can't take a sick day." And I'm like, "Why?" I was like, "Got time?" She goes, "Well, it's not like they want to know exactly where I'm at on my sick day."
That is very true.
And I was like, "It's a sick day. What, I mean, we're monitoring sick days now." I mean, we only got 2 more weeks. If you got 6 days stored up, I feel like you should be able to
use a couple.
It's not PTO, man. That's
What are they actually doing right now in the last 2 weeks?
Absolutely nothing.
Let's see. Ann just sent me a snap.
hey, she can't think about this. She can't come in.
She
can't come in.
She just messaged.
But she's watching the Simmons show. Hey, Connor, what I just said, absolutely nothing.
Hey, they're about to do final exam review. I see it.
Review.
Ann says it right here in the comments.
Review. Is the final exam review over the Simmons Says show? Current events or something?
What will she teach?
Marketing, I think.
Oh.
I have no idea.
That's a great question.
She's gonna hammer me.
Anybody knows what
She's gonna hammer me.
It's Teacher Appreciation Week. We have showing zero appreciation.
No,
for
we
Ann's.
appreciate her. We just don't know what she teaches.
I have no clue what Ann's.
Econ, maybe.
I thought was it personal finance?
Oh, that may be it. Something.
I thought she came in as personal. Oh no, it's econ. She just said it in the comments.
Hey, maybe next year that'll be on the TCAP test. What does Hans teach? Econ, personal finance.
That'd be a tough question.
Exactly.
No, man. That was too tough. They can't be asking third graders what Ansley teaches. That'd be way too tough. Now we asked Hans to come in. She was a little bit busy. Ask the big man.
Yeah, I thought we had a shot at the big man.
I got the messages and he was like, I don't know if y'all want me on. I'm like,
we said we do.
Look, we absolutely 100% do. In fact, we still have about an hour that we're going to be on here. If Matt Turner wants to come on, by all means, get here.
I thought we had Cameron CB coming on and all them insurance obligations, or basically he's got to go hunting this morning or something.
Which is it, Trev?
Golf.
I have no idea. I hadn't talked to Cam other than the group text.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, what? I mean, what's going on?
Hey, Cam and Trev, we're not members of his. He gives us crumbs on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? We don't get the major text or snaps that all the other friends and family get?
For me?
Yeah, from you.
Nah, hey man, y'all get the same as everybody else.
No, I noticed last night when Simmons and I was going back and forth, Trev had nothing.
No.
I bet he has. He just clicked and says, "Nope."
I don't even know what y'all are talking.
I mean, I can't even remember exactly what we were talking about, but I did notice that Trev was saying absolutely nothing in the conversation.
I think we were talking about the softball game.
Oh yeah, we man.
How we had an opportunity to.
Yeah, that was a huge. That was a huge.
I was celebrating Cinco de Mayo, man. I was.
Oh no!
Hey, totally forgot.
Come on in.
There's the big fella. Got his hat on like he likes it.
The views are about to go up. Connor, turn this mic on over here. We have a celebrity in the house.
Instant celebrity. No. What's up, brother?
What's up, Coach?
How you doing? What's going on, Coach?
Yeah. If I knew Turner was going to get dressed up, I would have stayed in mine.
I know.
This coming in on the week during the week's kind of tough.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It was not easy. I knew that it would be a little bit tough for y'all, but I appreciate that y'all made it here and got it here. Coach Turner.
What's up, man?
How you been, man? Bring the mic.
Get a little closer to that mic, Coach.
Yeah.
Hey, you can move it. We're big time now.
We ain't in the oak.
We're in the oak basement.
The Simmons Palace.
Palace. Opinions vary on that.
Where's the cat?
Where's the cat food? Hey, where's the fridge?
I'm glad that
Don't
this
need a coat.
Exactly.
This is exactly what I wanted the Simmons Says 50th episode to be, just a roast.
Do we do this like every 50 now?
Yeah, I
we
think
put
so.
it down for 100, 150,
yeah, 100,
200?
150.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like it.
Well, it'll be every 10 weeks at this point, yeah, because I'm
We're
on here every
That'll work.
I'm on 5 days a week now.
That'll work.
Coach, how you been, man? I
I'm
hear you're a
good.
caterer now.
No.
What's going on? Back up and punt now.
What is going? I mean,
Big man likes to eat.
He likes to feed a lot. It sounds like too. What's?
No, shoot. Been down in Seattle a little bit and met some friends, some chefs. Me and all, of course, I think it was no secret. We like Seattle and scenery and the beauty and everything out there. And we've met up with some friends, and they own a restaurant and catering business, and so we've I'm learning, rubbing elbows, Yeah. So it's been fun. It's been cool. It's been, Of course, obviously, this is it's a tough time right now for a former coach. So,
oh yeah.
But anyway, get your mind off that stuff. But yeah, shoot, yeah, man, it's been good.
Yeah, man. Don Lowry Wanamaker says, Matt Turner, this makes my day. He walked in, and this program does too. So I mean, appreciate that. Yeah,
big read.
Hey, Emily just put one out. I just say that.
What's that?
The 100th episode. We got to bring Cat Mahomes.
Oh man,
think about it. We got to have the cat over here.
You want the cat?
I want the cat running around here. You know what I mean?
That sounds like a terrible idea.
We did it for what 2 years. We have no problem with it.
She'd be climbing
people
up.
would love to know the cat's running across the table.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that we can. I could ask and see what they think.
Be like a service cat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Service cat.
Well, hey, now that we have Matt Turner joining us, I want to get a little bit more in depth of what's going on with him. But first, we got to take a quick break. Wait, man, we got to take breaks now.
I heard. I was listening to it in the truck. I kept talking about this big guy. I thought, didn't know if I was going to come in or not.
Yeah, well, you never know. You never know, man. We'll see. We just got to keep it secret. But we're going to be right back on the Simmons Says program after this break.
Talk Radio, WBMC News is next.
Graduation season has arrived, and the local on Morford in the heart of downtown McMinnville is the perfect place to celebrate. Whether you're gathering in our dining room, enjoying the covered patio, or hosting a private event across the street for up to 30 guests, we've got the ideal space with customizable menus to make it your own. And don't worry, we're open until 11 p.m. and happy to host your celebration after the ceremony. Reserve your table or private event today at thelocalonmorford.com. The Local on Morford, where milestones meet memories.
In the Main Street Journal News,
A former WWE wrestler turned recovery court facilitator has been indicted for attempted aggravated sexual exploitation of a minor. Authorities say Michael David Drauis tried to buy child sexual assault material from the dark web in April last year, but the transaction was flagged and blocked. The FBI tipped off the Warren County Sheriff's Office, prompting a joint investigation with the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation and the District Attorney's Office. Drauis surrendered and was released on a $10,000 bond. He had worked with the 31st Judicial District's Adult Recovery Court, overcoming addiction and legal trouble himself. Officials say he had no contact with minors in his role and was fired after the incident. Meanwhile, Jaden Scott signed with MTSU's dance team Monday, becoming the fourth Pioneerette this year to earn a dance scholarship. For more, subscribe to www.mainstreetjournal.llc. With the news, I'm Justin Reed.
Douglas and Lanier, that's where I choose to be. Douglas and Lanier, that's the agency for me.
For rock-solid insurance coverage or sound financial planning for my family's future, Douglas and Lanier is where I choose to call home.
Call Douglas and Lanier, your local Erie agents, at 811 Faulkner Springs Road, McMinnville, at 931-474-0044.
Today will be mostly sunny skies with a high near 72. Tonight will be mostly cloudy with a slight chance of showers and a low around 53. Fun fact, raindrops aren't actually tear-shaped like we often see in cartoons. They start out as spheres and then flatten into more of a hamburger bun shape as they fall through the air. Big raindrops can even split into smaller ones before reaching the ground. Meteorologists study these shapes using high-speed cameras during storms. Until next time, keep shining. This is Tisha with your weather.
Hello and welcome back to the Simmons Says show here on WBMC 97.7 FM. We got Trev.
What's up, man?
Coach.
What's up?
And Coach. All in the building. Coach Matt Turner in here joining us with the WCSA crew. I want to make sure we thank our sponsors. Hey, Reddit Brown Ford.
Vroom, vroom.
5917 Manchester Highway.
Power stroke power.
Power stroke power.
Make that short drive on 55 to Morrison and visit Reddit Brown, which has the largest selection and the best prices of Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs. From test drive to the drive home, the process is easy. RedditBrownFord.com.
And no major recalls like a
Oh, man!
I told you, didn't I?
February 21.
I told
February
you.
21.
I told
Yeah.
you. You need to do some investigating. That's why that Ford Power working really well right now.
Man.
Do you know what they're talking about?
No. You'll do this every week, and it never. The answer never changes. No, Trev was like last week. He's like, Jeff, you have any, when he says power stroke power, do you have any clue? I was like, no, not really.
No.
Y'all know this.
Talking about a guy can't back a boat, boys. He ain't worried about driving a truck. Can't back a boat.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
No wonder he sold his part of the fund.
I'm out on the boat owning business. I told you, man.
When he bought the boat, he said, "I want the Ford part."
I've experienced the two best days of a boat owner's life, man. It's
the first day and last day.
Yeah, bought it, sold it. I'm out. So good to go. This was a question I wanted to ask, and now that we have Matt in here, this is even going to be a better question to ask. I'm sure that y'all saw that there were some events downtown on Saturday night. Back to the Strip.
Yeah.
And I had a good time on that. But there was one fundraising activity on the Strip that if y'all saw the videos,
That's the only one I saw.
So I guess the question would be, what's the number that's getting you up to actually make money?
First of all,
that?
at some point in time, I didn't think it was back to the Strip. I thought it was rally around the pole. I thought the whole event had changed.
It's completely different event that happened over there. I think that Jimmy Haley video has like 27,000 views.
Are they on Facebook? I saw them on Snap.
Oh no! There's they put them on Facebook too. It was on the
Main Street Journal.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jimmy Haley on there got like 27. In fact, it was asked yesterday. They're like, "Did that get more views than you going up to Isha?" And I was like, "I think it did."
Yes, it did.
It's pretty close.
It did that in about 12 hours too.
Yeah, it was unreal. But no, there was people. Don Wanamaker was one of them.
Yep.
It was like $100 already.
For you next year?
And I was like, I'm not doing that. My mom messaged me.
Yeah.
She goes, we're already going to start putting money back to get you up there. I'm like,
Money
why?
back. Like a Christmas savings account.
Nunley over here yesterday is talking about how he did it. His mom's like chastising him. My mom calls me and says, we're putting money back. We're going up
We
there
got a
next
pot
year.
going.
So now what's the number? Sullins, what number has to be raised for charity for you to get on the back of that truck?
My number, whatever the number is, I'll just write the check.
I knew he was going to say that.
I'll just buy the pole. I don't mean that in a bad way, but
Trev,
I have no idea, man.
Trev, what?
I have no idea. I don't know a number.
Turner would do it. I know how Turner is.
That's what I'm saying.
It was Turner's truck.
Turner would do
That's what we're gonna find out.
Make sure the hitch is right.
Turner would do one of those things that we have to do in some of his fundraising. You can't ask for money.
Yeah.
You just have the donations. He just stands up there with just give me donations, whatever it is.
No, man, I saw
cool.
those.
Great calls.
Yeah. No, the best comment of all of them was on the Chris Terry video, and I think it was Jeremy Richardson that said, everybody should be searching for a love as strong as the bolts that were holding that thing up.
That's what Turner's saying. You ain't doing that with grade 5 bolts, boys. No, you need some grade 8s and probably need some nylon lock nuts. You know what I mean?
Well, it did remind me though, and we got two guys with. Back to the Strip. Is that I've been trying to figure out what the age is where that kind of becomes a nostalgia thing, or it just becomes like we never really even did that. Because I graduated in 2004, and I don't remember us like, oh man, that's the thing you had to do is get out on the Strip on Friday nights. I was like, that really, maybe that wasn't my friend group, or we didn't do that. 90. I mean, you graduated 97. Sullins,
I was in 91. The Strip was. I know when I was a sophomore and junior, it was still 2 lanes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know when it became the 4-lane took that away, basically. I know I did it when I was a sophomore in high school.
Yeah, we did it. I think the cell phone.
You had a lot to do with it?
I think so.
Yeah, but don't you think the Strip kind of went away, though? Because it was a 2-lane highway. Yeah. And it was just bumper to bumper on Friday and Saturday.
Well, that happened between 91 and 97. Because,
okay.
And, of course, I drove with a hardship license, and I had 4 lanes, so that would have been 90. So it had been like shortly after you graduated.
Yeah, I think it was. Did Chris say when it went from 2 to 4?
I don't remember when I don't think he ever mentioned that.
That would be something good to know for this reason. I think that's when it kind of. I think that's when I don't want to say downfall, but. It kind of started to dwindle away, in my opinion.
Emily Simmons says that was literally all we had to do in the late 70s. I mean, sure, probably. I don't know. Trev, I know if it wasn't something we did in 2004, then I'm guaranteeing it wasn't something that was really that popular in 2020.
I mean, we didn't ride the Strip, but we'd all go meet up on Friday at the WDG parking lot, and it would be packed. Like, every spot in there would be full. But I don't know if that's considered.
You weren't buying groceries on Friday night?
No.
Okay.
It seems like they did start, getting when people, because we used to park at Tasty.
No doubt, Tasty.
And behind Village. Because my sophomore year, I actually got a job at Village Amico as a full-service guy for Bill Harris.
Bill Harris?
Yep.
Bill Harris employed a lot of
I was trying to be smart, and I was thinking, instead of riding the Strip, I'm just going to sit here and work and get paid, and everybody come by and see me, so.
Yeah. Shay Taylor said he rode the Strip one time to round up folks for a field party. Shay,
to round up folks. I love that wording right there. We rounded folks up.
I'm not going to confirm or deny. I think I was at that party. I think I know exactly because me and Shay graduated together. I think I was at that party. Hey, I think I was like, I don't know. But no, the WDG thing is something.
Did he round you up?
No. Okay. No, I think I was already there.
Okay.
Yeah, he was already going.
Yeah.
Somebody had to come round me up the next morning.
Yeah.
Anyways, we don't have to get too far into the weeds on that one. So yeah, so yours was more just show up at WDG. Matt took the entrepreneur route and just decided to make some money off of it and go through. But yeah, that I was interested in, like, did y'all even go out on back to the strip night? I went over to Mud Bums and helped cook some crawfish. I was doing the Matt Turner, man. I was cooking.
My mother and father, they enjoy it. They get the old cars and stuff out. And they have a big time.
They said it was a good crowd, even with the rain.
Yeah, the rain. Really? Rain kind of probably hurt it a little bit.
Yeah. So. Shay Taylor says he'll neither confirm nor deny.
It's for a great cause. Yeah, and it's I like it because it goes back to something we've talked about the last couple of weeks. They didn't ask. They just did.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Hey, this is what we're going to do. We're going to start raising money.
You better figure out to get with it.
You better figure it out. And it's a community effort. They do a wonderful job.
Yeah, I think Chris is going to try to come back on Monday and kind of give us the final total about where what they got on that one. But I know it was a pretty good day for the fundraising, and also I think he wanted to let everybody know a little bit about the fact, like when people were talking about, oh well, y'all could have just. It started raining. Just rescheduling it. It's like, hey, this, as y'all know, as people that plan things, I think he was kind of trying to explain to people, like, this isn't a process that can be done in, like, hey, yeah, you're right. Next Saturday, I was like,
come on back.
Yeah, hey, we're gonna call the city and tell them, hey, we're gonna need you to go put 15 more people on patrol again next weekend, type deal. So yeah, I think they did a tremendous job, and I think it actually the weather cooperated in a way that I don't think it rained during the car show. Rained a ton right after it ended. And then stopped by about 5:30 when everybody was going to be when they were going over to the WDG. So that was nice.
It worked out a little bit.
Yeah, and then Trev, you just passed had some other things to do.
When I had my red truck, I rode the strip a couple times, got it shined up. But in the Nissan now, I don't feel the need to like.
So Trev's thinking the Nissan is not strip worthy.
No,
is what
you go around it.
You go around the strip.
Well, that was the one that I told Chris the other day when he said people complained about the traffic. I said, if you're complaining about traffic, then you're not from around McMinnville.
Exactly.
Because if you've been and lived in McMinnville, you know how to get around it. It's not that big of a deal. You can't. There's 3 things that you can't get to on back to the strip night if you're not literally on the strip. Everything else you can get into back channel. There's different ways to get to everything in Warren County. It always kills me. Like, do y'all ever race people when you leave something to go somewhere else? Like, even in town?
Like race?
Not like, hey,
I'm not going to beat him.
Easy. Yeah, not like a drag race, but it's like,
is the pilot getting out there?
So, like, Tim and I, if we're, like, at Boyd, and we were like, all right, we've left practice, we're going to go eat. And we drive, and there's 2 different ways to get there. Do you ever like, oh, he's going the slow way, so I'm going the
every
fast
time.
way?
Daily.
Yes. It kills me when I feel like
everything I do when in a vehicle's a race.
To this day, when we leave Boyd, he has never beaten me to Gondola because he drives through the strip.
It's because you know all the DoorDash.
I'm like, he's seen me turn at Little Caesars every single time, and he just keeps going.
That's always faster.
And I'm like, dude, that's always faster. You come right up at Gondola. I'm like, I don't know how people don't understand that. I don't know.
It's probably his one break from you, Jeff.
He's not rushing to get there.
There's our boy.
I love
you like
the boys. Where'd they come
All right, we're going to take a quick break on that note, and then we'll be back with more Simmons Says. But again, we want to thank Reddit Brown Ford, where service meets you and your time comes first. Go on the website to schedule your service today and let Jordan, the service manager, and the fine team take care of you. RedditBrownFord.com. We'll be back on the Simmons Says show here on WBMC 97.7 FM.
You know the day destroys the night, night divides the day. Try to run, try to hide, break on through to the other side, break on through to the other side, break on through to the other side. Yeah.
don't you head over to Chicken Chef and enjoy a fresh, made-to-order meal, or choose from the all-time favorite like the Chicken Nugget Dinner. Stop in for breakfast, order right off the menu with sausage, gravy, fresh homemade biscuits, or try their delicious tenderloin, egg, and cheese biscuit, just to name a few. Whatever your taste buds call for, you're sure to find it at Chicken Chef. They've been serving Warren and surrounding counties for over 40 years. Stop in today, Chicken Chef on the Strip in McMinnville. You can call your order in to go at 473-5020.
At Redmond's Carpet, they offer a wide range of flooring options to suit your needs. Whether you prefer the softness of carpet, the durability of hardwood, the versatility of tile, or the affordability of vinyl, we've got you covered. We also offer luxury in vinyl plank LVP for those who want the look of hardwood with added durability. Serving McMinnville since 1969, Redmond's Carpet, 2512 Old Nashville Highway. Call them at 931-668-4900 for your next flooring option. Redmond's Carpet.
This is Chris at Reddick Brown Ford in Morrison. We believe car buying should be simple. No gimmicks, no pressure. Just the largest selection of new Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs at the best prices. Our team puts you first, making sure your experience is easy, fast, and stress-free. Come see why more drivers are choosing Reddick Brown Ford. Because when the customer comes first, everything else falls into place. Visit us today or check us out online, reddickbrownford.com, where car buying is simple.
Warehouse Discount Grocery, serving McMinnville and Warren County with the best meats, freshest produce, and the best prices on all your favorite groceries. Check out these specials. Fresh 73% lean ground beef family pack, $3.49 a pound. Preferred Angus beef New York strip steak family pack, $8.99 a pound. And boneless chuck steak, $5.99 a pound. Be sure to check out the full service deli featuring meats from Charter Reserve. Open 7 days a week at 835 Smithville Highway. That's Warehouse Discount Groceries, or WDG.
Oh, why won't this work?
Don't lose your cool. Call Black's Heating and Air for a preseason check-in service on your central air conditioning system. It can increase the life and dependability of your unit while reducing the chances of a very sticky situation.
Unbelievable!
Get that air conditioner checked now.
This is Benny Black.
And this is Seth Black with Black's Heating and Air.
Call today, 931-668-0785.
Benny's slogan at Black's Heating and Air is, once you've had Black, you won't go back.
Mention this ad and you can get a discount.
So you're a current Ben Lomond Fiber customer and you haven't added Ben Lomond Home yet. Here's what you're missing out on. A dual-band Wi-Fi 6 GigaSpire Blast router that, should anything ever happen to it, we replace it free of charge. A smartphone app that allows you to change your network password, pause the internet to individual devices, and so much more. Plus in-depth device troubleshooting with our local 24/7 customer support center. All that for less than 10 cents a day. Stop missing out and add Ben Lomond Home today.
Talk Radio WBMC McMinnville, 960 AM and 97.7 FM. WBMCRadio.com.
No, it's not.
Hey, he heard some Dazed and Confused music right there coming in.
I hear you, baby.
Simmons Says show here on WBMC. Hey, we want to make sure we thank the Cafe at Tree City, 809 Sparta Street. Find yourself on the move early and needing some coffee. The Cafe at Tree City has you covered. The Cafe is open from 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. daily, and skilled baristas will be waiting and are passionate about crafting that perfect cup. And we want to let you know, too, the Cafe's got some new flavors, Trev.
Hey.
I know you're a big coffee guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey,
what you drink?
White
French vanilla.
White chocolate and raspberry now
are
added as flavors on the Cafe. So yeah, you can go get you some.
I may need to swing by there, man.
Yeah. Hey, well, I mean, right on 809 Sparta Street. Go everything. Hey, they're open.
Take the Nissan over.
Yeah.
Get you a cup.
Hey,
I bet the Nissan has a cup holder.
It does.
It's probably got that.
Couple of
them. Yeah. I'm trying to develop my coffee taste. It's slow. It's slow moving on that. I don't know. Sullins, are you a coffee guy?
No.
That was
I don't understand.
I know he's a caffeine guy because I know he drinks Sundrop all the time, but I didn't know if coffee was a thing.
Love caffeine, not a big coffee guy.
You a coffee guy?
You a coffee guy?
Yeah.
Turner's coffee guy.
Yeah. Irish coffee?
Hey, wait, you have some?
No, that's coffee.
Yeah.
That's a good choice.
It's coming through the window.
He would, I promise.
No, are you like every other coach that I've brought on here that drinks coffee that's just I drink it black?
No. I got to have a little flavor.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, white chocolate and raspberry if you want some flavor.
Sounds good.
Yeah, sounds not too bad. Hey, we were talking during the break. I mean, we've decided now that Matt Turner is a cook.
World-renowned chef.
But we were talking
not a
about
cook.
we were talking about crawfish boils and stuff like that. and the part about a crawfish boil.
Kids, turn it off. Kids, turn it off.
Yeah, if you got your kids here, we're gonna break some hearts.
Hands, if you're letting your class watch this, please turn this away.
Yeah. When it comes to cooking and stuff like that, crawfish, and you can't cook those dead.
Deceased.
The moment, if they die, it's done. That batch is over, and you need to get rid of it and any around it. They got to be live when they go in the water. So I mean, like cooking extravaganzas now is like, are you? What's going to be your favorite thing that you're going to be able to try to maybe do catering? Like I don't know, you like taking down a horse, a hog. No, I was say wild boar. It's like you're gonna go out there and you're gonna go and take down a wild boar and like do the spit roast or anything like that.
No, the whole hog would be cool. That would be good. Yeah, we've got a pit in my yard in the ground.
See,
yeah.
We built it big enough for a whole hog. Got that friend of mine, Chef Dre. He's actually doing a smoked goat, like whole goat.
Okay.
And he's doing a Reuben out of it. You talk about good, buddy. I can only imagine. So, but yeah,
I told you, Chef. We talking about smoked goat. We're gonna Reubens.
Hey, just right now, we're gonna get that message sometime this summer and says, "Hey, man, we fired up the pit.
Yes,
we found the hog."
We found a horse, Jeff.
Found a horse. That's what he's going to say.
I swear he was going to say horse.
Who? Jeff. I wasn't.
Turner knows you can't cook horses.
I got caught between hog and boar. And really what I
Easy, Jeff.
Easy.
And what I almost said was even worse.
We got to wait for the county to pass that out before we get that out of here.
Yeah,
it's 9 a.m.
I was
not 9 p.m.
We got 10 more minutes before we can start on OT. Good crap. That's what I'm saying. I was like, I almost got really bad. Ooh. Yeah, so we'll say I said horse and we'll go from there.
Yeah. FCC. Is that one of the 7 words?
It's not, but I feel like if you're talking about it in that context of cooking one.
We still talking about the horse?
That's got a little dazed and confused in here out there, Slim.
Mark Mabry did say, hey, we should get a whole hog to initiate the Purgatory Cafe over there.
I'm in.
Hey, go ahead.
Let's do it.
What's the Purgatory Cafe?
You hadn't seen the building. There's a whole the whole backside of the building over here. They've remodeled and they're trying.
Oh, there's some guys working. Yeah, doing something right now.
Yeah, they're trying to put in like a whole like kitchen area and everything over there. So now they're going to try to put I guess we're going to cook a whole hog in there too.
Let's do it.
It looks like you're getting hungry, Jeff. So need that sooner than later.
Whole hog. Trev's going to be wanting some smoked cream cheese.
And I don't know why y'all hate on that.
I didn't hate on it. I said you wanted some. Just because I say it's not hating on you. I love you, brother.
I know.
You and I go way back.
See, Sullins was listening. Yeah. Sullins was listening to my first thing. We got to tell people, man. You got to tell people that you care about.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's right.
We love you, Trev.
We love you.
That was a whole different layer of Simmons.
Exactly.
Yeah. When emotional.
Yeah, he's went soft.
He's getting older.
He's actually went corporate and soft on
corporate for real.
Hey, when we were in the basement in the wooden journey down there.
Get in here and let's go.
Hey, we call it the grunge band. When we were the grunge band before we went platinum.
We was the grunge band.
Yeah. We didn't answer to anybody.
C-Dub told me you can't even friend Jeff on Facebook anymore. You can only like his page.
Yeah.
He's turned into a public figure.
He's a public figure, Turner.
Wow. I did see where it was something digital creator.
Yeah. I guess.
Wow.
Like, what is that?
I don't know, man. What am I supposed to say,
He's
man?
the Riley Reid of McMinnville.
Only a couple got that.
My dad said they dug coal together. If you the Justified, that's the whole all of us. We dug coal together. That's from where we were in the garage or in the basement or whatever. It was a living room, just so everybody's
dining room.
Dining room. Yeah, you
we
can't
know
call
your house
it
better
living
than
room.
you do.
It's a dining room. It's got a dining room table. It had a chest.
It's a china cabinet, man.
With no china.
With T-shirts.
Hey, only china cabinet over there that had Warren County Sports 30 T-shirts.
T-shirts.
Yeah. There's still some in there too.
No large sizes. Every night I'd get a new one. New work shirt.
Hey, man. It's by 2 or 3 years in, especially when I'd stopped doing the website, it's about all they were worth. Was work shirts, in fact, or cleaning or something like that. Shay Taylor radio edit. Yeah, sorry, man. I'm trying our best here. We talk about this all the time. We don't come in here with a plan of what we're going to end up talking about. We just kind of roll and roll with it. We're trying to make everybody.
And that's legit. I can back that up because I got that text. Hey, you're doing a 50th. You gonna show up? Are you sure you want me on there?
Yeah, come on. Yeah, man, we were good.
What
with it.
7 words can we not say?
That was the only thing was discussed. What were the 7 words?
That list is in my office.
Yeah, Connor.
There's
Yeah,
a
he did
daily reminder.
Yeah, Connor.
Hourly reminder.
Hey,
honestly.
has he had to hit the dump button yet?
On what?
I mean at any point in time.
Connor
ever had
question.
to hit the dump button?
Oh, I did have to mute my mic that one day where I dropped my bottle.
Yeah, he almost did. I didn't.
He
even
almost
know.
did
Dropped it on himself.
He almost did it.
Yeah,
Okay.
he almost did it. Yeah, nobody else though. I think is even.
Yeah, everybody else is relatively well controlled.
Yeah.
Right now.
For the most part.
Yeah.
What time is it?
Yeah.
How many times would we have had to hit the dump button at Simmons in the basement, in the living room?
If we're talking about like for the things that you couldn't say on radio,
Yeah.
depends on what iteration of the show.
True.
When we were first doing the Warren County Sports Authority show back in like 2020, when we very first started the podcast, a lot. Back in last March when we started again, not as much.
Yeah,
I think everybody was like, "Hey, let's make this a little bit more," or like, "Hey, let's make this a little bit more family friendly stuff." No, in the very first, there was words flying a lot. Not me.
Helicopter.
Yeah. Actually got that group. Still got that group.
I know he made another one. I'm like, what do we?
I don't. My phone. If mine is on like that 1 month delete.
So we need to hit the original one.
Yeah, you have to hit the original one back up and pop it back in. Yeah.
Helicopter.
Yeah, that was those, like I said, I started going back and looking. And I was going to even ask, and we could talk about it in OT because we're going to have to sign off on the radio portion of this here in a minute. But I was starting to look it through the episode list, even in the last year of some of the ones on there, and there's some headlines. Scottsdale.
I forgot about.
Yeah, we forgot about Scottsdale.
Yeah, Scottsdale. There's some huge cultural references that anybody that's listening to the Sports Authority, Turner would get. I mean, everybody that's listening to those would know. But I had to go back and refresh myself on them because there were some
about Scottsdale.
Yeah, there was some. Yeah, a lot of them. Man.
Tough look for me.
Yeah, but no helicopter. Tough look. But helicopter goes back
way
5 years. That was back on the very first part of it. And yeah, like I said, those first 2 years of it, I would say that those would have been very heavily edited.
A lot of beeps.
Oh yeah,
a lot of beeps.
If you were going to put those on the radio.
Oh, a lot of
blast.
We had a fun, man.
Yeah.
Fun.
Hey, and let's be honest. Simmons is on this right now.
Yeah.
And we need some royalties out of this. Do you not agree?
Absolutely.
I mean, he's become a public figure.
Yeah.
Digital creator.
A digital creator.
Yeah.
Jeff Simmons.
Man of the community.
Yep.
We help create that. Yeah. In the 30 for 30, where are they now? I'm going to want
Yeah, they'll come back to me when I try to recruit you to play football.
Yeah.
in high school.
Way back on the day.
I just play basketball.
Do you? For a short amount of time.
Are you sure? Because I watched all the games. I never saw you play.
I was in the stands. You didn't seem to be on the bench.
No, it's interesting to think about. I mean, Rob pointed that out last week. I think recently when we were talking about it with Rob.
Yeah.
That said, or in the comment section last week said, like real talk. If the Sports Authority doesn't start at the Main Street Media in February, which we started on February the 5th, so we've done this 3 months. Yeah. That we've been together. I mean, when we do our show tomorrow night, it'll be 3 months worth of shows. He's like, I don't think the Main Street Journal exists. I don't know if Seth and Rob or anybody that is here working over here. I was like, when you start thinking about the snowball effect of what the Sports Authority podcast happened, it is kind of weird.
Power broker, man.
Move.
We've talked about it. I mean, we were in this room. Ann's was a huge part of this.
Yeah.
Georgia.
She was a huge part of it.
Yeah, and wanted Ann's to be here today.
So I would say us five were the ones that were on that show as much as anybody.
Agree.
Correct?
Yep. Yeah.
And then, like, you know, he had Coach Lippy, other guys. Coach Bond was with us. Matheny came in, had a lot of people. Did you think anybody, honestly, was listening? And you understand what I'm saying?
No.
No. And then all of a sudden you kind of go out in the community and you're like, people actually listen to this stuff.
Yeah, it really started happening.
You got to give Trev a lot of credit. He's the one that said you need to do this.
Yep.
Agree?
Trev was 100% the first person that hit me up and said when I was doing the Sports Authority, and I told Trev, I was like, I'm thinking about creating this website.
Yeah.
And he's like, that sounds cool. You need to do a podcast. I was like, I'm going to do a website, man. He goes, but you need to do a podcast. And I was like, I don't listen to podcasts. He goes, yeah, it doesn't matter if you listen to them. People do.
and I remember, I guess when we got started back in his basement or in his living room. Let's just call it the living room.
Say what basement?
Taj Mahal. I just always feel like I was going down. You know
that's just the road.
Well, from the front of the house to the back of the house, you were. It goes down.
I felt like I was a crawfish and I was going to my day. You know what I'm saying? But I do remember thinking when we got back together after the first show, I had a lot of response, and I remember saying, boys, this has some legs to
That's what I was going to say.
If we do this, it's got some legs to it.
When we rebooted it is when I finally, or started hearing more of people actually listening than when we first started, which you could argue the ones when we first started were even funnier.
Dazed
and confused.
Yeah, we were dazed and confused, no doubt.
Well, then when the music starts, that means that we got to dump out. All right, the cafe at Tree City, 809 Sparta Street. Again, they got new ingredients, white chocolate and raspberry added to their flavor list. We'll be on OT on the Simmons Says Show. This is on Simmons Says Show on WBMC 97.7 FM. All right, we're back in the Simmons Says OT portion here on Facebook Live. Again, I want to thank everybody that's tuning in, getting a lot of comments on there. Drew Walker, I just tuned in and it looks like I missed a great show. Going to have to watch the replay. Sullins, you just said it in our small break here that
this is going to be the first episode that legitimately beats the Warren County Sports Authority on
no turbo.
No, nobody hit the turbo boost button.
Yeah.
We didn't have that hot topic that kind of drew some people away, which when it comes to hot topics, I mean, hey, we know we dominate the airwaves over here, okay?
Yeah,
we understand.
That's what we do.
I mean, it's okay. I mean, we're okay to say that.
Yeah.
I mean, we are the Pat McAfee of Warren County. We understand. Yeah. So, but hey, Turner coming in, Simmons, this is going to be a big ratings grabber. He's not even going to have to put this on Chatter.
No,
he's not going to have to share it on Chatter late at night to make sure the numbers get
right. I guess sometimes you got to goose them.
Yeah, he does goose them late at night. He goosed one last night. I know.
I had to. I didn't like the idea of losing the Raven.
He didn't like the numbers there. I could tell.
I mean, it's what it is, man. Yeah. Hey, he's just letting everybody know. That was a really good topic yesterday.
It was a good topic.
No, it was a little bit tough because I really wanted to push to the main guest last week. I was going to try to reach out to some people and be like, hey, can y'all share the show and get stuff like that. And then I realized it was going to be really hard to go to the Boyd family, the Boyd Christian community and families and say, hey, can y'all share my episode of Simmons Says, which Connor Andrews, the valedictorian of Boyd, was on the show. But the problem was you had to share the whole show, not just Connor's segment.
Snippet.
And Connor's segment was great for Boyd, and it was 3 segments. But the start of the show was about back to the stripper pole, and the end of the show. And the end of the show, and the end of the show was it was more comments about it. So I was sitting there thinking,
Talk radio,
I
WBMC.
don't really. It'll go off. But I was sitting there thinking, I don't really think that Boyd Christian's going to be like, hey, we love that you had Connor on. I don't know how much we can push that show. And
it was for charity.
Yeah. Okay.
It always
that's the only time that's okay.
Is it?
My question is, and you would know, because I was thinking about this as that was going on.
Yeah.
As you're sharing that on the Main Street Journal, has anybody called and complained?
I don't think anybody called and complained. Now I do think that it's been said, hey, we can move on from that topic.
Okay.
Top one of those like, hey, we don't have to keep
I know how the community works. I was
well, what even the community? I think that was in the in building was like, hey, we can move on.
Yeah, we need to get out over that topic. Yeah, got you.
I was then I was sitting there saying, I was like, hey, we're in the business of drawing in eyeballs and stuff. It's like 50,000 views. Like, we're talking about the Sports Authority might be in trouble beating the Simmons Says show. Ain't nobody beating those view counts. No, unless you take,
We're all about body positivity now. There's nothing about fat people on polls that'll get more views.
What are you looking at me for?
I'm just making sure we got the heavy duty pole next
Heavy wall.
Heavy wall.
Yeah. Now, going back to what we were talking about right before we went off air and then just joined over here back on Facebook Live, is talking about the reboot back in last March. I went back and looked at it for a little bit of preparation for today's show. And the first topic, so when we say that like Rob or myself or Seth and the Main Street Journal owes it to the Warren County Sports Authority, that we still have that all this has grown. Do we owe it a little bit to one particular coach and her termination for what got the Warren County Sports Authority rebooted? Because those first couple of shows that got big time downloads were all about Mindy Stotts getting fired at the high school. If that topic doesn't happen, does the Sports Authority? I feel like it still sparks off at some point, but
I think
it just happened to be that was a very polarizing topic.
Yeah, I think I've always thought this. One of the reasons that worked, and I think it started back when we first started this, back with the Warren County Sports Authority, in 2020 with COVID and all those type things. We didn't shy away from anything.
I think that
we would, regardless if you liked our opinion or didn't like our opinion, we were going to give our opinion, and I think people respected that.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about things that we're talking about, like last week. We talked about the track and the football field. Matt Turner and I, you, Trev, we were talking about that 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and in the same breath.
Yeah,
the same way. We're using the same words, like, "Hey, this needs to happen for our community." Yep. I think our community, I think people that listen, they respected that. They may not agree. I've heard people say this. I don't agree with a darn thing that you say, but I do respect that you say it and you don't sugarcoat it. I think that meant a lot. And that was a tough subject.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just like when Coach, everybody knows I didn't like what happened with one coach that's in this room. I don't think that it still bothers me to this day. Not saying I hadn't moved on and he's moved on, but it still pees me off based on how that was handled. Mm-hmm. That's just not how it should have been handled. But I do think that we touched on a lot of things with Coach Stotts because we went in a lot of different ways.
Yep.
Maybe that wasn't the best hire. The way it was handled throughout the season wasn't the right way. Somebody need to step up to the plate and say they did something wrong. I'm not saying they. But I think that was a little bit too. People said, hey, they're going to tell you what they think, and they're not going to beat around the bush about it.
I'll never forget somebody after about those first 3 to 4 episodes when we started back on the Warren County Sports Authority coming to us, and I think they probably told you this, and the word was like, hey, that Sable Winfrey thing doesn't happen the way it happened if y'all would have had the podcast 3 months ago. And it was kind of like, wow.
I agree with that.
It made me like thanks for the compliment. I guess a compliment, but at the same time, you're like, wow. I was like, you start realizing it's like, in some aspects, I think people have started to look at us as kind of like watchdogs of the community. Of you can't like, hey, if you get on those guys' radar, it's not going to be. It's going to. Your things are going to get tougher for you.
I have heard that a lot in the last couple of weeks. Like they tune in.
Yeah.
And they're waiting, like, please don't mention me. Please, like, if we can get by this week, we're good.
Yeah.
Another thing I think that helped, and when I say that we would talk about things openly and we didn't beat around the bush. Matt Turner was on the show last year during a tough football season.
Yeah.
And he never beat around the bush.
Never.
And we had some tough conversations about that. And he didn't sugarcoat it. You got to respect guys. That's why I respect him, because he's being put in a tough situation, and he's talking about it openly and honestly. He's not hiding. He's not, as we say, what they got those sunshine laws, you know, where things happen behind closed doors and nobody ever knows about it. Yeah. We were kind of out and open about it. I think people just respect that.
Yeah, Coach was showing up every Wednesday.
Yep.
During the 8-0 start season.
Yep.
And he was showing up every Wednesday on the 0-10 season. It didn't matter. He was here. He was there in 2020. He was there in 2024.
Here's the thing too that I think a lot of people don't understand about that. When he's showing up in the 8-0 season, he's saying the same thing that he's showing up when it was 0-8.
Yeah. Are we wrong?
We've got a youth program that we've got to fix.
Yep.
We've got facility issues that have to be taken care of. There needs to be more of a community support. We need to understand that we are behind, and it's going to be tough to catch up if we don't make some changes. That's why when I say respect, they may not respect me. I think they all respect Trev, Jeff, Matt. They don't, but they do respect. They did respect that we would openly say some things that you would say at a Chris Springs Market on the Saturday.
That's what I was going to say. This is like always at Hardee's. Up there, like the old guys in the corner eating their biscuit. And then they hear our opinion, and we may open up their eyes to a different version or a view. Or, like you said, they may not agree, but they understand that's the other side of the battle.
Here's the other thing that I'll say, and I hope a lot of people listen to this, okay? We never protected people.
No.
He was on this show at 0-8. Going through a tough football season. We never said, "Hey, did we ever have this comment before? He's my buddy, so I'm not going to say anything that would be derogatory."
No.
He had a job, and people were saying it was, and he was open and honest about that. Yeah. We never said you can't say that about Matt Turner.
Yeah.
Well, you remember the last season, you said, "Hey, this year you're on the chopping block, right?" I mean, you remember that was
Jeff said that.
Yeah. We had that conversation.
Obviously, I knew that. If anybody knew that, I knew. I mean, you can't go. However,
so when I hear other people say, "Oh, that's my friend," you can't go. You got a job.
Do your job.
Do your job.
Yeah.
Do I think he deserved? No, he didn't deserve it at all. I hate what happened to him.
Yeah.
It still irks me. I've already said that. But we never said we can't ask him tough questions.
No.
And he's going to give tough answers. I'll say this. That's why guys like him have a backbone, and other people that are in this community in ways don't.
Yeah.
Well, and that goes in every avenue. Yeah. And a lot of people out there know the avenues that I'm talking about right now.
Oh, yeah. Trev?
Don't do that.
No, I agree with that. And you said it, and Turner and I mean, people, we heard it. People were like, Turner's, that's Jeff's boy.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yes.
I don't even know how to.
And I was like, yeah, we talk a lot, and we're friendly. But I was like, there's no doubt that there's times that I'm sure Matt Turner picked up the paper and he's like, man,
Yes.
Simmons is killing us right now. And I was like, not really. I'm just writing it up, man. And I was like, that's tough.
I never did call you and say anything.
No, never did. But he showed up every Wednesday. And if I called and said, hey, Coach, we're going to have podcast tonight, 6 o'clock, can you be here? Showed up.
That's why I
answered for it.
Respect him too. Well, hey, I was in the racket.
Yeah.
when it's not going well and you're reading those things, those are not good things to read. It's hard to read. Mm-hmm. You got family and friends that are reading that. Yep. It's tough. He never said don't do that.
No.
How many comments over the last couple of weeks of subjects have we brought up that people say, oh, you can't do that. You can't do that.
I'm sure there's plenty.
Hey, backbone? Waiver.
Yeah. Hey, there's somebody that I think that we've seen in the last couple of months that I think embodies a lot of what Matt is there, and that was Danny Fish.
Yes.
During basketball. When he sit right there.
Yes.
And he got in the comment sections as his team wins a regular season title and then falters in the postseason, and Danny Fish flat out says it. Hey, is our season's a disappointment with how it finished. Mm-hmm. He didn't wait for us to say it. He got on here and said it. He's going to be on next week, and I guarantee you he'll reiterate we didn't do enough at the end of the year, and that's a guy that people would be like, oh well, Sullins is obviously good buddies with Danny Fish. They have that's the Warren County basketball. We protect
good old boys.
That.
That's the good old boys.
I'm like, hey, Danny Fish. Danny Fish sat right in that chair, and he's had to take the. It wasn't good enough.
I said I was skeptical of him. I mean,
Travis, I was skeptical about this guy. I don't even know Smithville, dude.
I was. The thing that with Coach Turner and a lot of other coaches, you're all the time, and I heard Coach King talk about it in his post-game pressure at the end of the year with you.
Yeah.
How you're getting to know kids, getting to know players, and when it ends – how tough those things are. Matt Turner taught a lot of those young men lessons of life. When it's tough, you say, hey, I'm responsible. We've got to get better. He didn't pass the buck. Mm-hmm. He sat there in front of the microphone. How many times do we sit today in pro athletics? Man, when they're winning, they'll go in front of that microphone and they'll talk. As soon as it goes bad, 88 and out the gate. Yep. I'm refusing the interview. Yep. That means a lot, and that's one reason this has been successful.
There was one time that I think, and Matt's right here.
on me, man. Yeah,
right. We're not gonna There's one time that I think Matt turned down the mic, and I respect him even more because he did. When all of the stuff was happening.
Yes.
And they were deciding, hey, we're going to go in a different direction. And this community was in a spot where they were saying, we're not going to let this happen. And if this guy goes on the mic and says, I'm with y'all, help me, it would have caused a really big ripple in this community. And Matt graciously said, I'm not doing that.
Yes.
I'm not going to be a polarizing thing. And I think that was like I said, if there's one time that Matt could have got in front of a mic and said anything that he wanted to say about Warren County, he could have.
And he did.
And chose not to.
And he did.
Because he didn't want to cause any more issues for Warren County. And I'm like, that's the one time that I was
It's for the kids, man. Yeah. Jimmy Walker, Coach Walker, remember he used to always say, is anybody ask the kids?
Yeah.
And whether it was for whatever reason, and the decision was made and the kids needed to move on. The program needed to move on. They needed to get somebody in here, and of course that seemed to take a while, and which I knew it would.
Yeah.
But that's what I told the guys in the office. I told them, I said, hey, you won't hear nothing from me because I may want to coach again one day, and I don't want to do nothing to ruffle feathers in a way that because I mean. I don't know.
Yeah, I just that was the one time that when we talk about and we've talked we've discussed this. You and I discussed this off that I said that because there were people that want I had people contacting me and they were like, hey, could we have like a Matt Turner appreciation day where we bring him in and like sit him down and have the whole community come and do it? And I said, you could do it. You're not going to get Matt there.
I'm all for that now because I know he'll cook.
Yeah.
Whole horse. Hey, I'm telling you, we need this to happen. Matt Turner Appreciation Day, and let Matt cook for us
we'll
all.
do the Simmons Says Appreciation Day
on episode 100.
Yeah, y'all get this kitchen done down here.
Yeah, we'll do that. But no, I really that was the one time that I will say that I was like he didn't answer the call to the mic that time because it wasn't going to benefit. It would have benefited me.
Yeah.
I would have got. Oh man, I'm going to get gigantic amount of rating and stuff like that. But otherwise, there wasn't anybody else that's going to benefit anything.
Going to benefit those kids in those weight room, in the locker room. So.
Exactly. That was the one thing that I will say that a lot of people, and we're. I mean, dadgum, we're 6 months removed from that. I think this is the first time that you've really even discussed it, and
it's tough. Yep.
Yeah, it's not easy, but yeah. Trev.
So, man.
Again, man, where you at?
Hey, I'm just listening, man. I tell people all the time, sometimes I'm just a listener with a microphone, man. I just let y'all go.
Yeah. Well, you've not been on the phone as much this time, man. I feel like you're locked in.
Because it's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday
in the morning. Most people are working.
It's not after hours.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, my boss is probably watching. But we're going to have to get out of here at some point.
Oh, no. All right. Well, hey, somehow, if we got this, hey, punch this in, Connor. I got a line. Somebody's calling.
I like it.
Should be good to go.
Am I on?
Hello?
Okay. Hey, this is Dawn. I love everybody at that table.
Hey,
Dawn Waterman.
Oh, we got a Matt Turner story?
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. So Mother's Day's coming up, and without going into a lot of the details, one of the reasons that Matt Turner is the Matt Turner that we all know and love, Matt Turner went through things as a teenager and did things and took care of his mother in a way that no male should have to do, and he did it with pride, with dignity, and with love. And I was there and saw it. And he wound up coaching my son. He wound up being a special education teacher where I was the nurse at the high school, feeding students in his classroom. I've seen him lift and diaper, students and feed students and do things that off the football field most people will never know. But that is my story, which I could go on a long time about Matt Turner. So if there ever is an appreciation day, you get me a date on that speech, Jeff, because I can sure put some Matt Turner stories out there that will bring to everybody's eye.
Yeah.
It's a lot more than football, and that's what made him the football coach he was. I love you, Matt.
Love you, Don.
Thank you. Thanks for the call. Appreciate that. Yeah. See, that's what
they don't know. A lot of people don't understand.
They don't get it. I don't know, man.
I could go on and on.
Yeah.
Anyway.
He's like, so this horse.
Yeah. We'll get this goat.
Soon, man. We're line this up.
We got the goat in here.
Yeah,
That's the goat.
Cole Russ in the comment section. Matt was more than a coach. He was a father, dad to a ton of kids, and they will always be appreciative. I agree, Cole. Thank you for the comment. Yeah. Hey, man, we just started. Matt didn't realize when we called him in, we were just reeling him in for appreciation.
He's never gonna. He's
we
never
threw
gonna
the rod
come
out there with the lures. Come on.
Been here a long time, man. 02, 03 is when me and Otto moved back.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Shea Taylor, it's a lot more than football. How every member of the community should talk about a coach. That's how every member of a community should talk about a coach. I think, and that's not even a Matt thing. I think that's that's what you would hope that people will say about you someday when you get into coaching. You kind of hope that. I mean, you don't have to. The personal touch to it just adds a little bit of flair to it. But
that's because of the man that he is.
Yeah.
And Trev and I witnessed that when we were down at CJ's event a couple Saturdays ago. I mean, those young men that he had coached that were come down there, as soon as they see him, just can't get enough of him. Some of them, I think Cason Holder thought he could take him.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Cason, he's.
Yeah. And Matt said,
him.
no, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not going to happen. So.
Could both of them together, maybe?
I don't know. It depends on what phase Ryland's in, He's a shapeshifter. His 240-pound linebacker days, probably. But.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, man.
No, I mean, seeing Case and that stuff, and then seeing listening to him talk about when he was overseas, living in Spain, and getting go back, and like I said, I just saw Tony Curtis graduate UTC, and Samantha, Coach Ramsey's daughter. Seeing all these kids that you've coached, and it's funny because like sometimes I of course it's no secret that Ben Matheny and I are pretty good. I mean, I would literally call us pretty good friends. Because we actually hang out outside of this, Because, people don't realize, like, we don't really, other than the sports.
Jeff's too big. Yeah. Jeff's too big time.
Yeah.
He don't ever.
Don't put that on me. I don't.
But you know what I'm saying is people are like, oh, yeah, that's your buddy. Well, your buddy's somebody you actually invite over to your house and it's things like that, but anyway. Just seeing those guys and Coach Matheny, I forget sometimes that if I graduated with him or did I coach him, because I've been with him for so long. I'm like, oh no, he was on my first middle school team, and seeing the things that he's doing, and and then some of the people that I actually played with, sometimes I think I coached them because. I was probably on the field because they was idiots, some of them. And my good high school friends know which ones I'm talking about. But anyway.
It's funny, Ben Matheny, as you were saying that, Ben Matheny commented, said, "Great man, Warren County benefited greatly from him. Love you, brother."
Yeah.
So there, the Matt Turner era is over.
Yep.
But the Matt Turner effect is still very, very much felt. I think, and continue to be felt.
Well, yeah, and Don's, I think any coach that gets into coaching usually gets into it because of somebody that influenced them, and it wasn't per se a certain coach or anything, but it was the community because my mom and dad's situation was pretty tough, and so I was raised by the Midway community and the Rock Island community, and we leaned on a lot of people like Miss Dawn and some home health nurses and stuff like that, and I don't know, you just had that. It takes one to know one, I guess, and so, and you want to give that back. And then I've always, if it wasn't been for Warren County football or Warren County athletics, I wouldn't have met the love of my life. So, and that's always been the big deal for me. And seeing some of these guys move on, go to college or get jobs. I think Braden Bottoms, I just heard that he's building a nice house out on Hutchins Lane.
Getting married.
Getting married and stuff, and what's crazy is I've been driving by this house and it's like, man, that's a nice house, man. This is that and other. And the next thing I know, I was like, oh, that's Braden Bottoms? Wow. And seeing him run his business and it's hard to tell him and his dad apart now, but just seeing those guys, achieve and hopefully someone's going to come back and repay. Same thing,
When he brings that up too, you love seeing them when they succeed, and people have asked, it bothers you when things are not going well for some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you know where I'm going. I mean, when you see some that may be going through some struggles, and I've reached out to a couple and said, hey, it no matter what, it'll get better.
So I'm gonna come up tomorrow.
It'll get better, but you've got to want it to get better. So that's it's great when it's going well, and a lot of times when it's not going well, they've got to have people that are still involved because they can get. Hey, we all know. We've been in coaching. It can get we've been in it.
Yep.
It gets really lonely when it's not going well.
That's right.
You find out, hey, I thought I had 3,000 friends, and now
I'm the local idiot.
Now I've got nobody.
Now I'm washing uniforms by myself at 2 a.m. on a Friday night.
Oh, hey, Simmons, how you doing? People don't realize that with Simmons, and I'll go out and tell people that, there was a lot of nights that, after some of those, even the 8-0 run and the 10-2 season, or 8-2 season there, there was some long nights that Simmons knew I was either at a laundromat or on the field painting in the moonlight, getting ready for the band on Saturday.
That's one reason we need to build that field over there. See, we wouldn't have to ever paint it again. They'd be able to do the band competition.
So that's where when Simmons he came and he knew the struggles and the celebrations and things. Man, and I appreciate that, Jeff. I really do. And I always told you, I always knew you had a job like Chris says.
or his dad says, you got a job, you got to do your job, you know, and I think you always painted the picture right, you know. Yeah. And then I love the sports authority, you know, because it gave us as coaches an opportunity to maybe talk to some of them or tell some of the parents, you know, ignorance is bliss, you know. Sometimes, I don't want to call parents dumb, but, you know, sometimes parents are just ignorant, you know, and they don't really understand what's going on during practice or behind the scenes or whatever. And that gave us this gives a great platform for coaches and community, whether it be any kind of events, you know, to get out there and you know, praise some people that's doing work in the background and show some appreciation or generate some excitement, you know. So, you know, I think there's some really cool things going on here at Main Street Media.
I appreciate that. And I always remember all you young coaches that are starting out, and we're seeing this. You know, we've got to. You know, I've been lucky enough to coach some young men that are now involved in the system, and Matt is too. Anytime people are telling you not to go talk to people and get your story out and let people know, take that with a grain of salt, no matter where it's coming from. When maybe higher ups are saying, I don't know if you need to be on that show. I don't think you need to be on that show.
Literally was told that.
Well, if they're telling you that you don't need to be on here, what are they trying to make you hide?
Yeah.
That's one reason this succeeded too, is because we've kind of found out it's got what you just talked about. They all want to talk to you when it's good, but when the tough questions arise, when you're going to ask tough questions,
crickets.
They want a cricket.
Oh, they don't even they want you not even to be in the room.
Exactly. So
nobody can ask you a tough question if you can't come in. Get them in the room.
So that's one thing. Coaches, you young coaches out there, don't be afraid to. Not saying that you want to override authority. I mean, if the boss tells you can't come, you can't come. Yeah. But you might want to ask why. Why can't I go answer that question?
I think it all goes back to that open line of communication from top down. You know.
Well, we've talked about this a lot, and people and Rob Nunley. I watched him walk over here. Rob Nunley is a trained journalist.
Yes.
Like, he went to college for journalism. I went to college for business. I just became a writer out of people loving sports.
Yeah, but now you're a digital creator.
Yeah.
But back to it, he always say, he goes, Simmons is a homer. Like, he really is. And I'm from Warren County. We're all from Warren County. No, I don't want to paint Warren County in a negative light. I just want to paint the correct picture. And we paint with some really nice, vibrant colors when it's great. But they just want to but when you want to take the brush away from me when it's not so great, that's not how it works. And I've always said, hey, we'll get the great stuff out there. But when the stuff that's not so great, you turn and run, you're not gonna don't come back to me the second time. Yeah. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not here to be your PR. I'm here to do a job. So I think that's where the Sports Authority has really just lived in, and is like, we tell me the team that we've had that was super successful that we did not hype up like crazy. Boys basketball team, the girls flag team. Awesome stuff. I mean, I know that I'm sure you were kind of in the periphery watching all that.
I know what's going on.
And but I was like, But then all of a sudden, when there's, a senior night madness or stuff like that, we're going to talk about that too. It just is what it is. I don't know what. And we've had that chair's always open.
Yes.
If you're a coach, now it's not open for literally anybody to come in, but you want to discuss something with us, message Chris. You know how to get a hold of Chris. You know how to get a hold of me. You can probably figure out a way to get a hold of Trev.
People have figured it out before.
Yeah, hey, he can be found.
Yeah.
So yeah, you want to defend your stance or whatever.
Come on.
But we're going to ask questions. Be ready for your answers. With your answers, so that's it is. Trev, we'll be back tomorrow night.
Yeah, I'm ready, man.
Yeah, are you going to be preprepared?
Yeah.
You got the power broker already?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Really? Oh man, is it Matt Turner?
No,
I didn't know. Sullins, we'll be right back here tomorrow night.
That's what I've been told. 5 p.m.
5 p.m. Turner, man,
Turner, come on back.
Come on
tomorrow.
back,
Love seeing you,
Coach.
man.
Come
Love
on, man.
seeing you.
Part 2
It's
sequel.
been fun, man.
Seagull.
It's always fun.
The
Sequel.
sequel.
Yeah.
I mean, Brett usually gives us some mud balls.
I've
Yeah.
seen some of that.
Yeah.
We had some stale chips at
Yeah,
the
exactly.
basement.
Yeah.
Usually,
I got some
sometimes, sometimes I had like ham or something, make a sandwich or anything like that. But anyways,
Never went that route.
No, I
CJ
wasn't-
did.
Yeah,
CJ was the one person
Yeah.
that one time he showed up and he's like, "Man, you ain't any food." I'm like, "I got sandwich, meat, and
Shocker.
bread," and
Shocker.
he's like, "Make me a sandwich."
Make me a sandwich.
And Simmons obliged.
Man, CJ, he's got CJ treatment for a long time, man. he's a beloved member of the Warren County family. Michael Bell, love the Turner family, inspiration to all. We'll end it there, guys. We'll be back on the Simmons Says show at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning with Hannah Ballou and the Lady Pioneer tennis team, district champs, regular season district champs. We'll be back. Oh.